This is the presentation I made before the Culpeper County School Board on June 12, 2023. At the most recent work board session, the staff introduced a free pilot program being offered by UVA. So I want to thank Dr. Brads for allowing me to peruse that project overview. On the surface, free always sounds good. Receiving a stipend to be part of this program is also enticing. However, my gut tells me that this early intervention system is not a good thing for our students. I have been told repeatedly there is no additional time in a student's schedule for a comprehensive human trafficking curriculum, nor is there any possibility of teacher training on the subject of human trafficking and exploitation because teachers' plates are already full. Yet in this EIS project, teachers are required to administer this survey both fall and spring, 10 to 15 minutes per classroom teacher administration, and 5 to 10 minutes per student administration for grades 3 through 12. Additionally, in the survey, students respond to statements such as, "I have trouble sitting still at school," or "In the past month, I have felt hopeless," or "I am mean to other people." Students respond to the statements with one of the following choices: never, sometimes, often, or always. I notice that the majority of the statements are written with a negative context. There are very few positive statements in the survey, such as, "I am a good friend." I believe these negative statements send subliminal suggestions to our children. In hindsight, many of the survey questions on the Youth Risk Survey were worded in this similar fashion. Furthermore, according to the project overview, there is an intervention screener which provides access to reports and an intervention hub. This reminds me of going to the doctor, and the doctor has to assign you a specific billing code, even though your symptoms may not match the exact description of the ailment. I suspect this intervention hub is somewhat similar to diagnosing patients with an incorrect label or intervention strategy that may or not serve the patient or the student's best interest. Do we really want this one-size-fits-all structure in our schools? I am also concerned about the database of sensitive information on our children being held outside our school system. How secure will that information be? We know at-risk children are more likely to become victims of nefarious crimes, and our schools are responsible for protecting our children's privacy at all costs. Lastly, even though parents may opt out of this program, the survey is difficult to explain in an email if both the pros and cons are fully described to parents. Should Culpeper schools decide to move forward with this program, I believe that parents should have to opt in their children in order for them to participate. Another point I would like to address concerns the Youth Risk Survey that was taken last year. With all the adverse and harmful student issues brought to light in this expensive survey, I don't understand how Culpeper County schools could choose nutrition and physical activity as their big takeaways from this survey. While the SHAB update presented at the school board's recent work session was a lovely presentation, I do not believe it is the answer to the many problems brought to the surface in the Youth Risk Survey. I believe many of the problems faced by students are tied to human trafficking or exploitation. I know there was not a question on the survey asking, "Are you being trafficked?" If you don't understand what trafficking and exploitation is, you don't even know you are a victim of a crime. As more information about this horrendous criminal activity comes to light, we may realize that many behaviors and problems we have witnessed as teachers and educators have been linked to this epidemic of human trafficking and exploitation. I urge you to reconsider implementing a more comprehensive human trafficking curriculum in our public schools. On another note, I have a question. Since all middle school and elementary students will receive free lunch this year, does that mean that children who pack their lunch will receive a stipend to cover the cost of their packed lunches. And finally, I hope it is not too late to suggest that Culpeper Schools not enter into a contract with Milestone Towers to install a wireless tower on the Culpeper High School campus. Our students and staff should not be exposed daily to the increased harmful effects of these dangerous 5G electromagnetic frequencies. If Culpeper County Schools and Culpeper County move forward with this project, I suggest that the revenue from the lease should purchase EMF protection devices for every student and every staff member. Thank you for your attention. I realize that my presentation went over 3 minutes. Therefore, I'm putting it here on this Rumble channel because when you speak before the school board, you're only allowed 3 minutes. So I only talked about the first part of my presentation, and that was regarding the project that the free pilot program that was coming about through UVA. And the rest of this presentation, I sent an email to all the school board members. Thank you.